Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Cup of Joe with Joe and Joe podcast. I am your host Joe, and with me, as always, my wonderful co-host, Joe.
Now that was a good fucking episode.
I completely concur, Joe. This was a complete, absolute 180 from last week's episode, which I think we can safely take. We're gonna bundle it up. We're gonna wrap it like a nice little Christmas gift. Tape on the end, put the bow on the top, pick it up, and then fucking Kobe that shit into the basket labeled setup episodes.
I knew things were gonna be different in this episode just from the opening like 2 minutes, where it's like a little like, oh, what's your favorite thing about Satoru Gojo? And I'm like, oh no, something's gonna fucking happen in this episode.
He's gonna die. We're gonna lose Satoru. We're gonna lose Gojo. He's
twice in one season.
That's right. I completely forgot the beginning. Well, at least we know it's hard for him to stay dead. So, you know. But
he's not even technically dead.
No, he's not even technically. I don't know why I'm acting like he's dead. He's just sealed in a prison thing for eternity or some shit. I don't know. By someone who may or may not be Gato, who we'll get to in a little bit here. But I kind of want to go in order first because I feel like that's the best way to tackle this episode. First up on the docket, obviously most of this episode is going to be about Gojo. Most of us talking about this episode, I think, is going to be about Gojo. I love the fact that Gojo is depicted like a fucking monster. We literally fight monsters in this show. Curses, cursed users, all that sort of stuff. Yet the scariest motherfucker in the entire series is this man.
Whoever drew him this episode, the facial expressions, and again, he's got such a simple character design, but his emotions, awesome.
They are phenomenal. I love them so much. The way he smiles as he carries out the fight that he takes on between Jogo and Hanami. Oh my god, like that would haunt my fucking nightmares. Speaking of which, let's get into what he's doing with the two of them. So he's got his limitless technique, so they can't touch him. And then out of nowhere, he's just like, all right, fuck you guys. And he turns off the limitless technique and he grabs Jogo. I'm gonna fucking hate that. He grabs He grabs...
It's just like Hanami and Nanami, the glasses dude with the tie. Like, what the fuck is this? What are we doing?
This is the one thing that I really dislike about Jujutsu Kaisen. It's all the same fucking names, just these scrambled letters.
So many names that you can choose from.
So many, and yet you choose to just rhyme all of them. Anyway, Gojo grabs Jogo, and then he just flips him around like he's a pair of nunchucks, and he yeets him away. Hanami also gets sent. He, I don't know what it. Hanami gets fucking sent off to the wall of the train station by Gojo. I'm gonna have a stroke, Joe. I swear to God. I like the little detail of that. It's standing on the wall using the roots to kind of hold itself in place. It's a nice little detail to see in action in the fight, and then the fighting just continues to go absolutely batshit bonkers. Gojo launches himself at Hanami. Jogo tries to yell out saying, like, continue to use your simple domain technique thing, whatever it is. Hanami doesn't have enough time to react. Gojo grabs the eye antlers and is like, oh, this is where you're weak, right? Rips them babies on out of there. What follows next is some of my favorite thing from Jujutsu Kaisen. Gojo and Hanami, not Gojo. I'm gonna punch a baby in the face. Jogo and Hanami try punching Gojo. And he's like, hey, if you keep doing this, I'm gonna have to keep increasing the power to my limitless technique. And you know, I don't think Hanami over here can really take that all that much. Jogo is just like, nah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna hold him. We gotta stop him. We can do this, Hanami. And Gojo is just like, nah, fuck you kids. Pushes Jogo back a little bit and just completely focuses on Hanami. Crushes it into the wall and then explodes it into just purple mist. Holy fuck.
I don't know if they planned this around the whole Mortal Kombat 1 release, but I'm sensing some crossover. It was just insane. And it was so satisfying. And the grin on his face where he's just like pushing and pushing. And then you're just like waiting, like, is it going to happen? And they don't make it quick. Like, you have to wait like a good 30 seconds for this thing to explode.
Yeah. They show you the pain coming across Hanami's face, and they show you the joy that Gojo is taking in defeating Hanami. I think it might also have something to do with the fact that he's run into Hanami twice in the past. He makes a comment on that in the beginning, where he's like, this is the third time I've run into you. I'm going to kill you today.
Yeah, that was awesome. And now Jogo's like, oh fuck. Oh fuck, I did not sign up for this.
Jogo is literally just, oh fuck, 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 running through the entire station, trying his best to survive. He's switched to guerrilla tactics, hit and runs. He's like, I need to survive. I love the next 2 shots of Gojo where he looks over his shoulder and he just goes, next. Because that's all this is to him. It's just like, all right, completed my first task, on to my second task, which is Jogo. And then the shot of him just levitating off of the tracks and onto the platform. Like, he doesn't climb, because of course he doesn't. He's Satoru motherfucking Gojo.
I love how up until this point, you're like, holy fuck, like, Gojo's got them beat. He has them all figured out. And then we have the Mojito surprise.
Yeah. So I enjoy the fact that everyone knows you can't just beat Satoru Gojo in a straight up fight. You have to use all these like slimy underhanded tactics. Of course, last episode we saw, and in this episode we continue to see, the use of all the normal people around him, because their logic is that Satoru Gojo, while he's okay with losing people to cursed spirits because like they weren't killed by his hand, he doesn't want to use any of his techniques and thereby kill normal people with them. Like, that's like a step too far as his moral code goes. So I love the fact that Mojito comes in with over 1,000 transfigured humans on a train that just start ripping and tearing apart all the other humans in the station. And then the bloodbender guy, who I think is all but confirmed to be not a cursed spirit.
Paintings.
Yeah, he's one of the cursed paintings. He's the final brother of the 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Yep. I've forgotten that he was like, there were only 2 that Nobara and Yuji defeated, and then you have Mojito and 1,000 transfigured humans, and everyone is dying, like everyone's getting transfigured or blown up into blood bullets or whatever that guy ends up using. There's a lot of carnage going on, and so they're trying to mentally push Gojo into just breaking. And he does one of the biggest brain plays I have ever seen out of this entire show. Gojo activates his domain expansion, but he only does it for 0.2 of a second, because that is what he believes everyone in the presence of it, as far as normal humans go, will be able to withstand and not die. So it's just like immediate reflexive reaction, does that, and then 2 things happen, Joe, that I am confused by, yet a very big fan of. First, the soundtrack gets jazzy as all hell. Second thing, Gojo becomes the motherfucking Flash. He is zipping in and out all over the train station. He's just like, you die, you die, you die, you die. We get a little narration at the end where it just says, in 299 seconds, Satoru Gojo killed all 1,000 transformed humanoids. Okay, that's pretty impressive.
The speed at which this happens, it's not like a quick cut and it's just like, oh, you see them all dead. No, they take a good couple minutes where you watch him just slice off and fly with determination on his face to destroy these things. And it is literally, again, this whole episode, my mouth just open the whole time.
Yeah, animation, spectacular. The fight in the beginning, definitely the best part. The running bit then, also great. You feel the speed and the urgency that Gojo has in that moment, being like, I need to take care of as many curses as I possibly can to save as many other people as I possibly can. And it's really nice. But then, as he's taking his little breathing break, he sees a little something, Joe. What's that on the floor?
It's a box.
What's in the box?
It's gonna trap him, and he's trapped in the Shadow Realm.
You might be like, what? How does he get trapped in the prison realm? We get a quick flashback explanation that describes the conditions that need to be met in order for you to get trapped within the prison realm box thing. Turns out you need to be within like 4 meters of it for like 60 seconds or some crap. Gato is like, all right, Don't worry, I got this. I'll be able to trap him in there. Gojo is going to run away from the prison box, presumably. It seems like he knows what it is, but the moment he takes one step away, he hears a familiar voice. And Gato steps up from behind and is all like, "Hey, bro. Long time no see. How you been? What's going on?" And now, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong here. The last time Gojo sees Gato, as far as timeline stuff goes, is the movie, is it not?
Correct.
Okay. Last time he sees him is the movie where he presumably dies at Gojo's hand, or at least next to Gojo. Then in the series, we see him and he's got this weird scar on his forehead. I thought that was just an injury from, the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 thing. But it is soon revealed, not all is as it appears.
Probably one of my favorite twists in this show so far. Absolutely love this detail, and they handled it so well where it wasn't like cringy. It was really cool, and you realize, no, Gojo did kill Gato, but for some reason he didn't want the body disposed of a certain way, so he told someone else to do it, and this other curse took the body, and the curse is like a brain and can mimic the person's techniques. And Gojo knows it too. He's like, wait a minute. He goes, not only do I know I killed you, he goes, I might be seeing you, but I can tell you're not the same person.
Yeah, I love his line where he's just like, everything these eyes are telling me, say you're a Gato, but my soul rejects you. And I'm like, that is, ooh. Because that also just goes to show how much he really loved Gato. Like, they were bros, man. They were so close, and he's just like, no, you're not him.
Very, very cool. I loved it, and I like kind of closing that out where now you're like, who is this new person? I mean, are they always going to be using Gato's body? Like, I don't know. But either way, this person's smart enough to know, Gojo, you're just a little too strong right now, so we're going to lock you up for, a little bit of a long time out. And then when I kind of, reform the world my way, maybe you can come on out and take a peek. And Gojo's like, all right, fine, whatever. Now worry about Yuta Okotsu. And I was like, oh, we got the Yuta name drop.
We got the Yuta name drop. We got a single frame of him that just went scrolling on past the screen. And this brain boy was just like, yeah, that Yuta guy, fuck that guy. Everything that made him special was the pact that he had with his dead girlfriend when they were like 7 years old. He's a weak little bitch, and I'm going to take him out.
I would love to see Yuta back this season.
Dude.
Again, so all we've really seen him, it's just we've gotten lore about him in the movie. I loved him in the movie, so I'm like, okay, if he comes back, like maybe even if it's end of season, like that's the finale, he's back and it's the setup, I'm cool with that. I want to see him this season.
Yeah, I'm hopeful that we'll be able to see him at some point this season, but I wouldn't be surprised if, again, we just only got little drops and tidbits and he's more of like an end game character return type thing. Because he's still working on, we don't know what he's working on, but apparently he's on mission elsewhere, like in a foreign country or some shit, so.
Yeah, he's abroad.
Yeah. The fact that Gato is just a completely separate entity, I think it all does make pretty solid sense, especially when you think back to the flashback arc and the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 movie, where he's calling humans monkeys all the time, and he's utilizing cursed spirits in the sense that he uses them from his like cursed technique, but he's not really like working with them in like those more prequel-esque type stuff. And then once we get to season 1 and, Shibuya incident arc, he has, Jogo and Hanami and like all those other guys. And you're like, oh, so it's like a subtle difference where instead of using curses, he's now working with curses, because potentially he might also be a curse himself, just puppeteering a human body. So I like that detail, and if that was intentional, bravo, because I think it's really neat.
Loved it all, and I feel like it 100% was intentional. This episode not only like closed out a lot of things, gave us action and character development, it gave us a lot of setup and intrigue, and the biggest thing is Gojo gets trapped. Yuji is wearing a Bluetooth Mechamaru like earpiece, which...
Where did he get it? I need to know. Wait, did he have it last time? I don't know. Where's it from, Joe? Where's it from?
It's like the Spy Kids tech. I always loved that. That thing If you make that officially licensed Jujutsu Kaisen product, sold out. Sold out. But anyway, it seems like Yuji gets a little bit of information that literally when he hears it, he's like, no, I didn't hear you clearly. Say that one more time. And what did he hear, Joe?
Gojo has been sealed. So, with him off the table, there might be a lot of problems for some of these other sorcerers coming down real soon.
And now I feel like definitely the second half or later part of the season, we're going to get that Yuji, Fushiguro, and Nobara development that we've been wanting.
Which I am all for. I feel like we haven't properly been with these characters since the ending of season 1. It's kind of felt like it's been the Gojo and Geto show for a long time here. And now it seems like we might be kind of intertwining them a bit more. So I'm excited to see the future of that.
Gotta say, this episode probably tied with the Boogie Woogie. I mean, this might be one of my favorite just general like anime episodes. Like, I loved watching this and can 100% see myself rewatching this on some random night in the future where I'm like, I want to watch that episode one more time.
Damn, that's high praise. I don't know if I would put it up that high. I think it's definitely really, really good. Boogie Woogie for me just holds such a special place in my heart. I don't know if
it is. It's the friendship aspect is the best.
Oh my god, the clapping and the duel, the wham, the whow, the try. You know, it's just everyone understands exactly what I just did there with all those sounds. But
I think it was pretty clear.
Thank you. See, you get it. Why don't you get it? No one knows who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. That's who I'm talking to. Yeah, you. Stop pointing at yourself like someone's watching, idiot. Anyway, it's a good episode. Gojo's a monster. Now he's sealed in a weird, fleshy cube tomb. And Geto is just a brain operating a man's body. The whole world is topsy-turvy. Mechamaru is a fucking Bluetooth headpiece. I don't know what's happening anymore.
It's Halloween.
It's still Halloween.
This was a great episode. I mean, if we can keep this up, also visually looked really good. We're like back on track. Love the way it looks. That's my final comment.
Wonderful. I concur. Big fan. So, hope you guys have been enjoying Jujutsu Kaisen Shibuya Incident. Manga readers, again, if it doesn't live up, I'm gonna find you. But now it's looking pretty good. So, with all that being said, everyone, always remember, we'll love you, we'll leave you, and goodbye.